When preparing your testing strategy, it is important to consider the impact that your testing may have on your organization and infrastructure. In this section, you will learn about some of the more important concerns that should be considered when you are getting ready to test. As previously mentioned, security assessments can be resource intensive, so they should be focused primarily on the most critical areas of your environments. Determining where these areas are can definitely be a challenge, but the process is a very important step towards ensuring that your organization is secure. When attempting to identify areas of concern, look for clues such as systems that have been defined as critical in the business continuity plans, data repositories or other systems or areas that provide access to important data that should be protected, and centralized services that deal with critical data such as credit card numbers or intellectual property. If you think about all the work that is involved, you will hopefully agree that this is something that needs to be carefully managed in your security assessment program. Some considerations would include security professionals will need to be available to perform the test. For extremely critical infrastructure or systems, there may need to be a mirrored testing environment to reduce the chance of impacting live systems. Support personnel may need to be on standby in case something goes wrong. And if a system does fail during testing, you will need to have the appropriate restoration procedures in place so that you can get back up and running quickly. Let's move on and take a look at some other resource constraints that you may need to be concerned with. Well, as you can tell, this is already an extensive listing of items needed when you're trying to get ready for a test. But that's not everything that's needed. For instance, some regulatory requirements include attestation from a third party. This means that you will need to have the budget available to pay a third party to perform the security assessment. They may need to perform several follow-up assessments to ensure that your mitigations are working properly, and once they have performed the assessment, they can provide you with a letter documenting that they have assessed the environment and that steps to address findings have been taken. This is known as third-party attestation. The timing of your testing also becomes very important for certain systems. There are many situations where testing will impact bandwidth or other system resources, and this would need to be considered as well. In addition, restraints on when an assessment can be performed may also impact your resources. There may be times where you need to perform specific tests in the middle of the night or even on weekends. This will impact not only you, the tester, but also your extended team and anyone else that you will need for support.